essential part of any healthy diet. It can help absorb vitamins A, D, E, and K, and provides a lot of functions in a healthy body. Up until just recently, fat used to be considered a bad word when it came to discussing nutrition. Luckily, in the last few years, things have changed on that front quite significantly. There are two major types of dietary fats, saturated and unsaturated. In a saturated fat, the carbon atoms in the fat are totally covered with hydrogen atoms. That's the definition of saturated fat. In an unsaturated fat, there are few hydrogen atoms bound to the carbon atom. Saturated fats are solid at room temperature, and unsaturated fats are liquid at room temperature. It used to be thought that saturated fats, such as red meat, chicken skin, butter, eggs, palm and coconut oil, used to be considered bad for cardiac health. Newer evidence is suggesting that that may not be the case, and in fact may be healthy in certain types of individuals. Polyunsaturated or unsaturated fat is liquid at room temperature. Things like canola oil, vegetable oil, olive oil. Important two types of polyunsaturated fats are omega-3 fatty acids and omega-6 fatty acids. And it's important to keep the omega-3 fatty acids and the omega-6 fatty acids in a 1-to-1 balance. It's important to keep the omega-3 fatty acids and omega-6 fatty acids in balance. It's been shown that omega-3 fatty acids can be preventative in certain conditions. Most people get too much omega-6 fatty acid in their diet and not enough omega-3 fatty acid. What that means to somebody on a ketogenic program is that because most of our calories are derived from fats, it's important to choose the right fats to keep your body healthy. So today I wanted to discuss sources of good fats in our diet. Some sources of good fat include avocados, salmon, certain nuts and seeds, olives, olive oil, almonds, pistachios, macadamia nuts. The fat that we definitely should be avoiding are known as trans fats. Another word for them is partially hydrogenated fats. Trans fats or partially hydrogenated fats have been shown to be associated with an elevated risk of heart attack and stroke, along with vascular disease. So it's important to avoid those. Trans fats are easily avoided by cooking your own food and avoiding pre-processed food. So there's a way to have a large amount of fat in your diet and still remain healthy. Fat, in addition, is very satiating, so it takes a long time for a high-fat diet to get out of the system so that you're hungry again. So I would think that a high-fat diet keeps you full for longer. Sure. The examples of monounsaturated fat would include olive, peanut, canola oils, avocados, certain nuts such as pecans, hazelnuts, and some seeds like pumpkin seeds and sesame seeds. Examples of polyunsaturated fat would include flaxseed oils, flaxseed, walnuts, and canola oil, those types of things. Omega-3 fats are an important type of polyunsaturated fat. The body can't actually produce omega-3s on its own, and therefore you need to have a food source that contains omega-3 fatty acids. Good sources of omega-3s include flax seeds, walnuts, soybeans. So the key is to avoid fats that are harmful and stay with fats that are good for ourselves and our bodies. The harmful fats would be the trans fats. The good fats, particularly fats and omega-3, would be very beneficial for you to have as part of a healthy diet. I'll put a list of healthy, good sources of fat in the description below this video for your reference so that you can see and make sure you're doing everything correctly. Thanks for joining me today on Dr. Jackie's Keto Kitchen. I appreciate it. Please subscribe by pushing the button up there. Ring the bell if you'd like to get an email when I have a new episode out. Thanks for joining me. Bye.